Alright, so I got a little box of wonder to show today. This is a timer off of a washing machine. It broke on me and I decided I was going to take it apart, see if I could fix it. But in taking it apart, I just discovered probably the coolest piece of engineering I've ever seen in, well, at least in a household appliance. So, the first thing I want to point out is just the way they have it sealed. So it was 4 screws here. But if you look at the side, there's one little latch, fucking spring-loaded thing there. And if you notice on these guys, got the solid piece here, solid piece on top, but they rotate together, which is an interesting way to do it. So, this is going to take me a second here, so it's going to get black, but I'm going to go ahead and press that and then take it apart. Alright, we're back. So, now it's popped out. What you need to do is just twist it. Correction, you need to twist and lift towards this back end. So you'd be twisting in this orientation, you'd be twisting back in counterclockwise here. So check this out here. It looks simple at first, but what this has, if we take this off right here, this right here is a drive. It's got like a cam and an elongated fucking hole here, so you know, forces it. So if we pop that off, take a look at the back side. You might recognize this, but in more of a different form, like a music box with the little fucking drum that goes around and goes ting 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 ting. Yeah. But check something else out. I don't know if you can tell because cameras tend to flatten things, but those little timer fucking groove things, they're at different heights. Those, instead of playing music, they play these contacts. Not just these contacts. Pop out these contacts, or these, well, I guess they are contacts as well, but power wires. And you can lift. Yeah, it's easier to do with. So you can lift this right here, which I'm going to do with pliers. Alright, so just lift that straight off from right here. So here's your first set of contacts. This is what was broken on mine, by the way. If you look at the fucking contacts, they're all fried on the well, probably the main power side for doing like the spin cycle. Or maybe the pump, could be the pump too. I believe that's what the problem is. So are these contacts towards the bottom. But it's not just playing one set, so they have the first set that I pulled off, and they have the second set, and then there's another one underneath it, which is why this has different heights. So this is doing all your different functions. This is all the functions of your washer. It's just 3 stacks of contacts. Now, another thing, it's all like compliant. There's a lot of compliant stuff in here like this. This is a compliant mechanism. Then, when you press down, which I believe, actually it's hard to press down, I think. One sec. Yep. Alright. So it was pressed down, but when you press down, you can see it actuates this, which forces this back, which disengages this up here, this catch. Or, yeah. So when you, I don't know how to describe it without it being put together, but when you turn it, you know, it makes a ticking noise when you're setting to the correct setting that you want it to be. That's that latch slipping over this is kind of like a ratchet mechanism. But yeah, I seen a different video of a guy took this apart, and he thought it was this. I bet you it was probably also the contacts, but he thought it was this, and he said he'd write back in the comments whether it worked or not, because he put this back in where it was, but he's probably the one who knocked that off. So I have a feeling it didn't work. But yeah. Oh, there's another thing. It rotates like this too, like the actual, I want to call it a spindle, but it's more of a shaft. But it rotates back and forth like this. Why it does that? Not exactly sure. Maybe just longevity. Plastic parts don't break so bad if you got some movement. But another thing I wanted to show was right there's your D10 spring. So when you push it down, that's what it's getting stuck in. But yeah, this is just a fucking cool mechanism. I was greatly impressed by it when I saw it. Oh, there's another thing I wanted to show to you, but I'll put this back together before I show that. Here's another little thing I remembered as I was putting it back together. This here spring, compliant spring. I believe it's here to push up on this so it, reduce wear, because it's only riding on this, I believe. Here's the last thing I wanted to show. So if you're putting this back together and you want to test to see if it worked, I was kind of curious about, maybe something got misaligned or screwed up because you're moving it around. I believe that's what these arrows here are for. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, really. I just work here and I can't test it because it's broken, but I expect if you line this arrow up with this arrow, you will probably be at the off position. I'm not certain on that, but you give it a shot. If it works, let me know. Alright, for real, the last thing this time. So I noticed that when you press down, I think this is a safety mechanism. Once again, I have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about, but when you press down, you can see this black part right here moving. That's separating the contacts so that they're further apart, which I don't know if that's for arcing or if somebody's like really fucking forcing it and they slap together and, probably let out the magic blue smoke and catch fire. I don't know, but that's just another thing I noticed that I forgot to mention. Also, to be more clear, the thing that it's ratcheting on is the edge of the fucking timing disc. So this here spring catch is ratcheting on these angled portions here.